The other topic that I'm going to talk a little bit about has to do with the news. You know, the news, so important. Took me a long time to realize, didn't get it until just the very last few years, that the news in the newspapers, which is now pretty much falling apart, at least they're in danger of becoming extinct. But the news, whether the printed news or now the televised news, isn't like it used to be, just the news that's fit to print. In a lot of magazines, or a lot of newspapers in a lot of communities, that's the way it was. Now is look for the most sensational situation, because what we're really selling is advertising time. We want the news to draw the attention of the viewer so that we can get a better price supporting our newscast. So it's become a commercial venture. Well, in the news, almost crowding out the whole war picture, Tiger Woods hit a fire plug, a tree. His wife had to beat the wind out of his fancy car to get him out. When that hit the news, I thought, oh God. One of three things, of course could have been many more, but in my mind it got down to one of three things. Drunk or doped, alcohol, drugs of some sort. Number two, on some sort of medicine that leaves you doped even if it's illegal medicine. Number three, there's a woman involved. Well, probably he wishes it was one or two, not the third reason. Now that he's got his face in the news over and over in a very uncomplimentary way after being there now for months and years, in the most complimentary, clean arrow kind of image that any American could have. So now we find out Tiger is, like the rest of us, imperfect. Hurts, though, a little more than normal, because we kind of thought maybe he was different than the rest of us and really lived the good, clean, totally pure life. Boy, I can't turn on the television in the other room here without any newscast. That's a newscast of any nature. Getting back to the Tiger Woods situation. You know, I feel sorry for him. Not that he didn't do the wrong thing, but he does live, you know, in a society, the United States of America society, that idolizes sex, sells everything based on sexual appeal, has sexual intercourse so fascinating that little girls, I can't sub in a high school these days without seeing 2 or 3 swollen little bellies on kids that are often far from being juniors or seniors. Had a little girl, a sophomore the other day, tell me she had a baby at home. Oh yes, sex is in. Who is it in? We sell everything on sex appeal. And boy, a lot of the girls are attractive. I've been noticing that a long time now. They didn't get any different. And when you're young and important and a target, oh, I can imagine some of those girls saying, I wonder if he might like me. He was silly to do what he did, but he's not any worse off than me or you in his morality. How many preachers have we been reading about over the last 20 or 30 years that have to confess the sin of infidelity, the sin of breaking their marriage vows? Quite a number. Quite a number more would be out there in the news if we knew the truth on all and everybody. So Tiger's, you know, to me, he's right. He's got a real problem at home, and he apologized where he should have, at home. Oh, we won't leave that alone, though. Oh, my goodness. We'll have to try hard to find out who else is involved, you know. And to make it over and over and over. And we'll see it over and over and over. Even the dog is objecting to the whole thing. But we'll hear it over and over and over until the next thing comes along that'll sell the news and keep that money coming in to underwrite the programs and keep our news popular and viewed. Isn't that a sad commentary on our American life? And don't you see how our enemies look at us and say, see, we told you what kind of people those are. We're the good ones. Oh, I bet the Taliban's enjoying this story. The Tiger Woods story will be real good over there. It'll play big time there, too. Tiger, get your act together. Mrs. Tiger, God bless you. I feel for you. Hope you two can work it out for the good of the two of you and for those two lovely children you have. God bless.